This ain't no CNN shit. This is our shit now, so we can talk about it. What you think? What happened with Puff? Was everything that's going on with Puff?
What do you mean?
It's a two-part question, and then how do you feel about everybody saying no Diddy now?
I think that's terrible slang to have if that's you. You know, you don't want a nigga to be like No Sin City. you know, when something, when the pause game comes in, they be like no sin. So you don't want to hear that. Of course you don't. As far as Puff is going on, to be honest with you, bro, I don't keep up because the allegations get ridiculous by the hour. And I'm not saying whether they're true or false or anything else, but shit, let it get to trial. I will say this though. It's really not a good look when your lawyer withdraws from you. And his lawyer said he can't continue to do the case with Puff, and his lawyer is withdrawing. That's not a good look at all. To me, I don't know this for a fact, but I will say this is that I don't think it's about the case. I think that when you're in a position, pause, that Puff is in at this particular moment, he may be frustrated and yelling a lot and screaming a lot and saying you're not doing this and not doing that. You got to think about it. He had $50 million on standby for bail and got denied 3 times. So this is a person who's probably never been in jail this long, and it's frustrating. Why is the lawyer withdrawing from the case? I have no idea why, but I don't think because the facts or evidence or anything else. I think it's probably the way Puff is treating them at the moment. And I have no facts behind what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you got one of the top lawyers in the country and they withdraw, I think that they could get down. Listen, if you build a dream team, and my man, I'm happy that they found him not guilty, talking about OJ, this is a different time and ever. Puff have enough money to build the dream team. So for his lawyer to withdraw right now, I don't think that's a good look at all. But I don't really keep up with it daily because it's just too much to keep up with daily.
For those people that don't know a lot, or everything about you, you were shot in Washington, D.C. Can you tell the people about that night and what happened?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, basically, I went down to D.C. It was Howard Homecoming. I was just really going to hang out because I knew I wasn't booked that weekend, but I was like, I'm going to go hang out. I knew Jim and Jewels had parties, so I'm like, I'm going to go fuck with them. Went down there to hang out, had a good time. We went down there pretty deep, It was, I probably had like 6 cars with me. I was in my Lamborghini. We had the Rovers. We had the limousine excursion, not a limousine excursion with the party. We was pretty good. And basically, I pulled up at a red light. Me and my bro Hud, God bless the dead. He didn't die that night. For those that didn't know, he passed away since then. And we was at a red light, and a guy pulled up next to me and pulled a gun out, and he's waving the gun in my car. A Lamborghini's low to the ground, so I thought it was an undercover police officer because it was so many people outside. It was, this is how a homecoming, the streets was packed. It was a lot of niggas. So I'm like, yo, Hud, you see this nigga waving a gun? And he's trying to open my door, but my doors is locked. But I didn't think nothing like, this gotta be an undercover because a nigga waving a gun, this brazen, so to speak, in front of this many people, it had to be undercover in my brain. So I said, Hud, look at this nigga waving the gun. What's up? So Hud, people who know my brother Hud, it wasn't funny, but the way he said it was funny. He's like, Gil, he called me Gil. He's like, Gil, you think you want to get out of here? Maybe? So I was like, word, because I didn't know if it's undercover or not. And for those people that know, I had the Gallardo at the time, the Lamborghini Gallardo. Once you stop for more than like a minute, the car goes into neutral automatically. So when I went to step on the gas, the car wasn't moving. And once I revved the gas, the nigga just started dumping in the car, shooting. And then I hit the paddle, got out of there, pulled off, basically got away from them. I was with some other people behind me. I skirted on everybody because homeboy started dumping. And like I said, he did that shit in front of It had to be like 600 people just on that block. So I pulled out. I jump on a highway. This was some real movie shit. I don't want to sound like Zeke, because Zeke's stories be sounding crazy. But I jump on whatever highway is the wrong way. And I'm driving on oncoming traffic, like on an I, like if it's I-95, I'm driving on oncoming traffic, weaving all the traffic. And then HUD is like, Gil, they're not behind us. I think we good. But then I look down and I see mad blood. I'm like, yo, I think I didn't feel nothing, but I was like, yo, I think I'm hit. And so I finally got off the highway, and then the car broke down, kind of like, I can't tell, but it looked like projects. And I'm like, why would we break down right by the project? But the streets is so flooded, it's crazy. So the car break down, I run up the mad people window bleeding, like, yo, can you take me to the hospital? They like, yo, get away from here. Like, yo, you all shot up gas. And then one person recognized me, this dude, he's like, oh shit, Cam. I was like, yo, I'm shot. Can you take me to the hospital? So I jumped in with him. It's mad traffic. I'm just sitting in traffic. I'm like, yo, you gotta get me to the hospital. This nigga calling niggas, yo, Cam shot. I got him in the whip. I say, yo, bro, could you just get me to the hospital? And then
You remember his name?
Nah, I actually don't. And I wish I could send him something. Cause when I pulled up, I didn't know where I was bleeding from. I just knew it was blood. And then when I pulled up to the hospital, I just ran in the ER. And then I basically was in the ER, and then, they probably put me to sleep. Everybody came over there. And then when I woke up, the cops was there. They were like, you see, the regular shit, da-da-da. I'm like, I really don't know who did it, et cetera, et cetera. And that's kind of what happened. I ended up actually going to jail behind that shit because I was on probation at the time. And they was like, if you don't cooperate, then we violating your parole because you wasn't supposed to be in D.C. anyway. I told the judge I was working, and I said, you gave me permission to leave anytime I'm working. And the judge was like, you have to get permission every time you leave. I said, well, I misunderstood. And he's like, well, now you understand, you're on the Rikers. And I did a couple Weekend Warriors on Allen, and that was it. But there's a lot of people circling, and rumors running around saying that I played the part of Alpo, and they don't like Alpo in DC, and that was kind of a couple years after the movie, et cetera, et cetera. But no, I never found out who did it.
Yeah. I want you to tell people, I mean, you told me and I thought it was different, but tell people your most feared way of dying.
My most feared way of dying is getting eaten by a whale and not dying. And he take you to the bottom of the sea, and you just in it. I don't know what's funny about this.
And I'm crazy.
I don't know what's funny about this, man. Is that my most feared? That's my most. Imagine you out in the ocean, jet ski. I play water sports. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around. I've been jet skiing the whales, or not whales, dolphins be coming through. Imagine a whale come up and eat you, you don't die, and then he take you 20,000 feet to the bottom, no oxygen, no nothing. You just trying to get out of there. Even when I watch the movie Castaway, it scares me when the whale pull up on the nigga with the one eye when he on the joint. I don't like whales. And recently, we just seen a whale eat a nigga in a canoe and spit him back up. We just seen that like a week ago. I sent it to you. What's going on is this: the earth and animals and humans, etc., we all figuring each other out after all these years. And these sea creatures is like, yo, them niggas pussy. They don't really taste good, pause, but they keep violating, coming down here, all this shit. Just, yo, who told niggas to come down there? It's kind of like when you go to the safari. That's why I never been to safari, because, girl, yo, Cam, let's go to safari. Like, we chose safari. I said, I used to live in a safari. She said, where? I said, Harlem. It was the jungle, bitch. When I grew up, it was a safari. Shit was wild. It wasn't gentrified. I'm not going somewhere else to potentially die. When I grew up, every day possibly could die. So why would I go to safari? Niggas act like they know if a lion got a headache. You act like you know if a tiger had a bad day.
Lying with a headache.
You know what I'm saying? No, you got to think about this. Your lion might have a headache. He might have a bad day. You want to keep, you know, it's not his day-to-day. Humans get like that. So you think a nigga, what's the fuck? Orangutan with a stomach ache won't choke the shit out you? Like, yo, my nigga, leave these niggas alone, man. You keep going in their habitat and try and think that it's cute and all that, and then when an accident happens, cool, it's no real way to communicate. You ever see that nigga? He tried to be cool with the orangutan tried to pull that nigga in the cage. He was on the outside, nigga screaming for us. Like, you don't know if these niggas having bad days. When you're a human, even if you don't speak the same language, you could tell body language like, oh, leave that nigga alone. Yeah, you don't know with an animal. Yeah, so a whale. Swallow.